Puerto Rico was originally called Borican by the indigenous people of the land. The descendants of these people currently inhabit all parts of the Caribbean, including Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, Virgin Islands, and all parts of South America. They called themselves Arawak, meaning cassava eaters, or Locono for the language that they spoke. But they are known worldwide as Taino people. Borican means land of the noble, brave people. In 1493, Borican was invaded by the Spaniards. The arrival of so-called Columbus and his army of savages marked the beginning of a period of violent conflict, enslavement, and genocide of the indigenous Taino people, which lasted for decades. Spanish conquest began in 1493, right after the overthrowing of the Moors in Spain, and it continued until about 1518. The Spaniards were out to conquer the Moors wherever they could be found, and since the Taino people were of a dark-skinned complexion, they were also considered as Moors. The evidence of this can be found all throughout Puerto Rico and other parts of the Caribbean. You can see Moorish influence through architecture, cultural heritage, and language and dialect. For example, the word Moor is in the Spanish word moreno, which means dark skin. Unfortunately, after the war, millions of Taino people lost their lives, their land, and their identity. In their hierarchical structure, noblemen, warriors, and sub-chiefs were called ni Taino. When Cristobal, or Columbus, and his peoples arrived, they were the first people to greet them. They introduced themselves as Taino, meaning they were noblemen and warriors. However, Cristobal and his men thought the whole group was called Tainos, and so that became the widespread name for the entire group. In 1508, Juan Ponce de Leon changed the island's name to San Juan Bautista, and then finally the Spaniards changed it to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico means rich port, and they named it that because they saw the land's value. The Caribbean is abundant in resources like gold, silver, spices, and exotic wood. Controlling the Caribbean was essential for Spain's economic growth, and Borican's location made it easier for them to gain access since it was a protected harbor and it sat right at the entrance of the Caribbean. Institutional education says all Taino people were wiped out, but the truth is we exist all throughout the Caribbean and globally. Let me know in the comment section if you were aware of these facts. Also, let me know when you plan to wake up and take your power back.